rehab to finally now getting back up and where you're out there playing on the field?
Honestly, it's very exciting being back out there with the guys. Last year, it gave me a chance to sit back and finally get to watch. Instead of being playing. Freshman year, I hit the ground running, starting at A&M. So that was like my first year, like really getting to sit back and watch, college football for real. So it was fun to cheer my teammates on and, just take in the full experience like with them and watching them achieve things that they would talk about in team meetings. And then, being a part of the team meetings because, I couldn't be on the field. So yeah, team meetings was, that was really where I could be with the team. Yeah. So.
Right. Mentally, obviously, that for a competitor, that's a difficult thing to have to go through. Like, how would you describe the kind of the low points of trying to work your way back?
Low points. If I'm being honest, I never really had a low point, but I will say the biggest thing that really toned in on me was having patience, because I was more of I get up, like I like to do things, like I train a lot, like even when I'm not training, I still like to do a lot of activities. So it was like me not being able to drive and like being able to just go down the stairs or play the game, like what I'm saying, like it's just it was just a real tough thing with patience and time, like knowing like, hey, like, in a couple weeks, couple months, I'll get to do this, or like couple weeks, couple this, they'll unlock me to 60, like with my brace. Like it was just, just really toning in on little milestones and little achievements. But I never really tried to get too low. I just tried to see the best in it, honestly.
Coach Maringer was talking about you and maybe how this is like the most dialed in he'd seen you this offseason. Can you speak to why that's the case and what you're trying to accomplish right now?
Honestly, it's do or die for me. Me personally, as y'all saw, I mean, I had a year to sit. Of course, I see all the out noise, of course, but I mean, I never let it factor. But in my life, looking at my life right now, like it really is do or die for me. So hey, I'm trying to do everything in my power, like to make sure that I can be the best football player I can be for the Oregon Ducks and for myself, honestly, just because I feel like I really owe it to myself to really prove to me, like, what I'm saying? Like, I can do what I do. Like, yeah.
Just got to talk to Coach Douglas a little bit. He was saying, like you text him, you'll send him plays before, like they're even on the tape. Just like, is that something you've always done, or is that something that kind of grew over the past year?
It is something I've always done, honestly. I'm very critical on myself. A lot of people say I'm very hard on myself. I don't really take it as hard on myself. I take it as being realistic with myself. So, I mean, if I see a play, I run a route, and I know it was me that covered myself instead of the DB, like, yeah, I have questions now because it's like, what can I do better? Like, I don't want to do that mistake again. And I don't really like making the same mistakes. And, most coaches like a player that can, fix it. I like to be coachable. So I try to make sure I'm coachable and really just dial in on like the little details and the day-to-day getting better.
Go third row on the right, Chris.
Yeah, I don't want to drag you back into last year at all, but can you describe how the injury happened? Like what was going on that day? And did you kind of know right away that was what it was?
Honestly, it was just a casual day. Woke up, we all came back, workouts, everybody was happy to see each other, get through the workout. We just start, just doing a little couple routes, like just doing that. And really like second route, one-on-one, what I'm saying, throws it up and I turn, and honestly, I really just thought that I just took a bad turn. Like really. So when I was on the ground and I looked at my knee, I was like, that don't look too good. But I will say, like, I was like, you know what? Like, let me try to fix it. So like I tried to fix it, tried to stand up. I was like, can't stand. I was like, that's fine. Like I was like, honestly, I probably just flared it up. I'll be good in about a couple of hours. They gonna ice me, take me in there, I'm gonna be good. And so when they told me the news, I still didn't believe it, honestly. So I had, sleep on it a couple nights and then, really realized like, yeah, that really just happened. But yeah, after they gave me the news, I mean, I kind of knew. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
When last season ended, what was that decision process like for you? Because you were a high level NFL prospect after the 2024 season. Was it a simple I'm automatically coming back, or what? What was that process like for you?
Honestly, it was automatic coming back. I see myself as a highly talented player. I think I can bring a lot to the table, and the thing is, I got to showcase it. I just got to showcase it, and I know that. So I mean, it was really a kind of no brainer, honestly. Like especially with Tay being the quarterback that he is, and the team that we have. Like we have a fantastic receiver core. We got J Mac, we got DK, we got UAB transfer Strap. So I mean, honestly, it was just coming back with the guys. I saw it as an opportunity to be better. I mean, we still haven't got to that top goal, and I'm trying to help them accomplish it, and I know I can help. So,
Is there any pressure to prove yourself? Do you think your name still holds the same weight, or is it kind of like this year's personal, it's a comeback year?
honestly, nah, it ain't no pressure. Honestly, I mean, I'm just here to play football. I got recruited. Hey, they didn't recruit me for no reason. So, hey, I'm gonna show them that. Like, you feel me? So that's about it. I'm trying to prove to myself that I could be the player that I can be, and I know I'm capable. So.
Two-part question. First, are you at 100% as far as your health goes? And then second, a lot of people who have, injuries, season-ending injuries, they deal with some sort of mental block sometimes that they don't know that they're 100% yet. Have you dealt with that at all? Has that process of going, like, feeling that you're everything you were before the injury?
Honestly, I know I'm not 100, but I will say this. I'm better than what I was, in my opinion. And I'm just trying to tone in and keep continuing to build myself up to that 100. But I mean, when you look at it, I mean, shoot, I can't tell the difference honestly. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun getting to like build that up and trying to see it on a day-to-day basis of like where I'm at, how I feel. So yeah.
Dante mentioned that you two are really close, and I'm wondering what it's been like for you to build the on-field chemistry with him and just spend these last few months with him.
I knew Tay for a minute. I knew him in high school when he was a quarterback in Detroit, just off him being a 5-star and me being a 5-star receiver. And it really dates back to when we both got here. I was taking a lot of reps with Tay because we were first coming in, learning a new install. So I go with him a lot. And so then when I got with DG and I was playing with DG a lot, Tay will always be on the side, in my ear, like, hey, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, just asking me questions. And after that, I was like, shoot, he seems pretty like dialed in. He's not even playing yet. So, he would go to practice, make crazy throws. We would see it on film, and we would always give him his kudos. You know what I'm saying? So after that, last year when we were about to have that little fun season, and it came to an end, it really started there because he dropped a tear when he came in. Because they told him the news, and after I looked over and seen him crying, like, because basically he was kind of thinking it was his fault. Like he was saying he should have put the ball further. It could have been a better ball, da da da. But I was telling him like it was what was going to happen was going to happen. Like it's not your fault. Like I 100% want you to be my quarterback. Like the fact that you shed a tear, that really means a lot to me. So after that, like we just continued to talk. I just continued to text him. You know what I'm saying? Like things that I see in practice that receivers are doing, he's throwing. Throughout the season, I tried to be that guy on the sideline for him. That's like, things get rattled. Just calm down, relax. Like we got you. Like the receiver room's behind you. And then we get to the last game of the season, and we come up short. And now, in my eyes, I'm waiting for him to make a decision because it's like, I think we could do it if you come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now, this year we've been hanging out a lot. He calls me, I call him. We eat breakfast together, on Sundays, we go to church. we got a pretty good relationship, but it definitely built over time for sure.
Yeah, J-Mac and DK both back. You as well, kind of primarily play on the outside. What's that competition like there? And then also, how important is it to master playing in the slot? Because maybe that's where one of you guys are going to have to be.
I would say this: I never played in the slot for real, but in high school I was in and out the slot, so I'm very comfortable with the slot. And I think we're all capable of playing the slot because whenever I came in first and J-Mac was a red shirt, he was coming in behind Tez playing the slot. And DK can play a little slot. So we're very complementable. We're very good together. And we all have our unique attributes, and it pops like so. It makes all of us want to get better, and we'll all go like catch or something on the Monarch. It'll be like we're just like somebody will do a catch, and we'll be like, oh, so that's how you want to catch it. So now all of us are trying to do the catch. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just friendly competition. It's nice to have them for sure. Very good players.
A little bit back to you and Dante. When we got to talk to you in Miami at the Orange Bowl, you were like, "Man, like I'd love to come back. I think I'm maybe an NFL player right now, but like if I could come play with him, like that is what would make me come back." Well, how big of a factor was knowing that he was going to play again in coming back this year?
It was a very big factor, honestly, because shoot, Tay's a very good quarterback, and I told you when I came in, I practiced with him. So the way that he was throwing me the ball in practice, I've never really gotten used in that type of way, like for a quarterback perspective. And Tay's he's mobile. He can keep his eyes down the field, like and see his defenders for like scramble drills and stuff like that. And so, having a quarterback that can keep the play alive and can make all types of throws over the field, especially with me being a speedster, me getting down the field quick and he can loft it over my head, I can run over. Like that's nice. Too, like you know what I'm saying? So that's it played a very big factor. I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, you mentioned that last year you spent time watching your teammates, watching the other wide receivers. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on J-Mac's second half of the season and some of those catches that he had.
It doesn't surprise me at all what J-Mac did because J-Mac is a very, very hardworking guy. From the day I knew him, honestly, he was always catching. He was always asking me about releases. He was always asking me about routes like this, like how can he get better? Like even when he got here for practice my first year, he was always asking June, like, how can I do this better? How can I do this better? Like, and so I knew when J-Mac got the time, like whenever he got his opportunity, he was gonna make the most of it. So I was really a big advocate for J-Mac, like going into the season. Like I knew he was gonna be a very good player just because he's very dependable. Sure hands, great receiver.
Obviously, you're you're known for your speed. I'm curious your thoughts on someone like Gatlin, the speed that he brings, especially at the size that he has too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I found out Gatlin was, I didn't know he ran what 10-1, 10 flat. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that blew me out the water. So I told him he gonna have to be beside me when we running workouts. Cause I gotta make sure that clock out. Because I didn't run the 100 for real. I was more of a 200 guy, 400, field athlete. But I still think I could have competed in the 100. And he flying. I won't lie. Like he went for one go ball first spring practice. He solidified that for me. That's verified. I say yeah, he's sliding for sure. Like Gatlin.